What's going on, guys? Looks like this one's going to be a pretty short episode here, 27 minutes or so. Couldn't get any more ships than what you guys see here in the description, or the chapter list below. 10 of them? I kept on going back multiple times, and nothing ever, no new ships ever came back, so guessing that this was it. Definitely not as long as Red Mile, which was the last one. It had, I think, about 36 ships in it, and speaking of that, apologies for no vocals. I was going to do it, but I just came down with, I thought was sinus issues or whatever, draining down my throat, and the Paradiso episode, or, the ship tour, you could kind of hear it in my voice. Maybe you can still hear it now, but it then progressed into, I think, bronchitis, so I still have that going on a little bit. I got the cough and, the dry cough and all that, but I think it's on the uptick, hopefully. I know Paradiso, I went through so much water. There's a lot of talking in that one. But, yeah, I guess that's been going around, at least in the area that I'm in. A lot of people's got it. I think my whole family's got it, pretty much. My wife and maybe just my son now. I think my daughter had a little bit of a cough, but yeah, that Red Mile one, if you haven't watched that was a crazy one there. Every time I went to go to the planet with a ship, it was like something new. Asteroid field, battles. It was pretty much battles between Crimson Fleet and with the UC. I think there's one time they were not fighting the UC, they just seen me or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a little bit. But yeah, this month is looking pretty good for games, at least for VR. I don't know any flat games coming out, but I know. So I think the 7th, the Arizona Sunshine 2 comes out for PC, PSVR 2, and I don't know if it's going to be on the Quest 2 or 3. I'm not sure about that one, but it seems like it would be. But that looked really good, so I'm going to go ahead and get that. I actually pre-ordered it. But yeah, that comes out, and then I'll probably get to play a little bit of it, and then have to pack up and go back over the road. Then the 8th, the day I go back over the road, Resident Evil 4 VR drops, and yeah, I actually got RE4, but that's the only reason why I bought that game, was for the VR mode from it. I got the the Village. I think it's 8 Village. I bought that for PC. I got to the fish guy. I don't know his name. And I got to there, couldn't figure it out. I didn't spend too much time because I was getting ready to get off anyway, and I just never picked it up. I can't remember why. But yeah, I bought that for the PS5 as well, so I get the VR, and man, I don't know, I couldn't even get off the roof. Something to do with the aiming. It kind of felt off. I don't know, I just couldn't get on targets for some reason. It's probably just me. I probably just sucked at it. But yeah, hopefully the RE4 one is better. Hopefully they could improve it a little bit. I know everyone says it's good, so like I said, it's probably just me. I don't know, all the other games that I play, like first person shooter, or I guess it wouldn't be first. Yeah, it would be first person, duh. But anyway, any other shooter VR title I play is usually, I do pretty good at it. I do decent. But nonetheless, I'm definitely going to check it out. I never even played Resident Evil 4 or the remake yet, so I pretty much just got the games for the or the remake for the VR, like I said, and I heard it was good. The remake was. The only thing I don't know is if maybe you guys could let me know down in the comments. RE4 and in a remake, is it pretty much the same thing, or since it's a remake, did they actually change some things up, or how did they do work that into it? I know sometimes remakes they change some things, sometimes they leave them the same, they just remaster it or whatever, or remake it totally for the console, obviously, but leave everything the same. I'm kind of interested in playing it. I haven't really been into Resident Evil games, so not really my type of games. The whole survival horror where you only got a limited number of slots and all that, but I did play 5. I liked 5. That's how I got into Resident Evil. I know there's a big controversy in that one. Not a lot of people like that one. Some do, some don't. I loved the hell out of that one. I played it. Me and a couple buddies on Xbox 360 back in the day when it came out. I ended up getting it, and a couple buddies, we went through the whole game, and they would there's some kind of glitch there where you could drop an egg and I could pick it up, and then I can't remember exactly how. You'd have to drop the egg, pick it up, and then the person dropping it would go to the dashboard, I think it was, and then he'd come back in and drop all of his eggs again, like pretty much cheat money in. So we did that, just get all the achievements. But then I played, I think it was 6. If I remember correctly, I didn't like it. I mean, it's supposed to be like the same way where, how 5 was, the whole gameplay of that. I like that gameplay. Even though there was that whole inventory issue, but I don't know, I didn't mind it as much on that for some reason. Totally different play style though than the other Resident Evils. But 6 I didn't care for. I did play what was it? Was it Resident Evil Revelation? I think they came out with Revelation 2. Might be wrong on the name, but it's like it's either a third person or first person shooter. It has nothing to do with the gameplay of the other Resident Evils, but I guess it was in the same universe, if you want to call it. The first one was okay. It's kind of the same as the Resident Evil 5, where you beat the game, but then you replay the levels to find the secrets that you couldn't get with before, or whatever. You get stronger and you're able to kill, say, the chainsaw guy in that one level. Can't remember what level it was, the second level or something like that. Anyway. And then, let's see. I think them are the only Resident Evil games I bought or played. No, I guess I am wrong. I did end up playing Resident Evil 7, is it? The one before Village. The start of what's his face? You go to the hillbilly's house to try to find your girlfriend or whatever it is, and so I played that one all the way through. That was pretty good. I liked that one all the way up to the ship. Once you got to the ship, it was kind of, I don't know, I didn't care for it. It kind of went in a totally different direction. But I guess it's part of the story, right? So I think something about she was a double agent or something, if I remember. It's been a while since I played it. I think last February-ish, something like that. I played it. It might even be the year before I played it. I can't remember. I played on the PC, and then I know I bought The Village just to continue the story, but like I was saying, I can't remember why I put it down and never picked it back up. Probably picked up another game that caught my interest and stayed on that one. But yeah, I haven't played the Arizona Sunshine, the first one. heard it was good, and then like some reviews are like mixed. Mostly that I was seeing that was pretty good, so I don't know why I never tried it out. But I did buy the Arizona Sunshine, pre-ordered it on the PSVR 2, just so I can get some use out of that, I guess. Because that's the only reason why I bought the PS5 was for their VR, and I haven't really touched it. I checked out that Quantum Error the other day, and all I can say about that game is it was just crap. I mean, I skipped all the like 5,000 cutscenes they had at the beginning, and you play for like a minute, they'd have another 10 cutscenes. I don't know, I can't remember how many. It's just cutscene after cutscene after cutscene, and I wasn't really carried about the story. I just wanted to see what the gameplay looked like, and I remember, I think it was your first mission. I got to that, and I can't remember how far into it I got, but it was like I couldn't play any more of it. To me, it was just pretty horrible. I thought about trying to cancel the pre-order for Arizona Sunshine 2 for the PSVR 2 and going over on Steam and getting it, but I decided not to. I do like the haptics for the controllers. That's the one thing so far that the PSVR 2 has going for it, is the the haptics. So I'm mainly like a run and gun type of game, so you need to pull the trigger, it actually feels like you're pulling the trigger. I don't care about the vibrating headset, that's just waste of battery. Pointless. The eye tracking it could be pretty good. The only game I seen it used pretty good was Synapse. I played a little bit of that. That was pretty good for eye tracking. Other than that, yeah, I just upgraded to the Quest 3, and I downloaded one game from the Quest store, the Meta store, whatever how it's called, and the graphics were actually pretty good for it. A lot better than what I was expecting. Because typically I use PC VR, and I haven't checked that out yet. I don't know, not a lot of VR games coming out lately that I've been wanting to check out. I did buy, was it the Vampire Masquerade Justice for the PSVR 2. I checked it out. I didn't play it too long, and I don't know, that was too slow for me or what, but of course I'm not really one for all the stealth type of gameplay anymore. And it could be fun, but I know it's supposed to be like, oh, what's that one called? Made by Bethesda, I believe. I don't know, that's what kind of reminded me of that one I'm thinking of, Dishonored. Which I did like Dishonored when it came out. I played through it a few times. I don't think I ever played Dishonored 2 though. And if they came out with the third, I never played that. I don't even know if they came out with the third one or not. But yeah, that's what that game kind of reminded me of. It was a stealth game, and I don't know, I was just going through it, and it kind of, I don't even think I got out of the tutorials, to be honest. I remember it's telling me to, oh, go do this before the guy spots you, and then you turn around, he's like already right there. So I'm like, okay, so now I have to fight him, and you don't have any weapons. At least in that part of the tutorial, you got your fists, so I had to use my fist, and I can't remember how I ended up killing him. Then I got to the next checkpoint and had to put it down. I think it was because I was starting to get a little bit nauseous, and I was starting to get really hot and sweaty, but that's just because the PSVR uses reprojection and all that, so Quest I'm usually fine. That's just one thing I was hoping the PSVR 2 Sony would change, is how, the reprojection, get rid of that and do normal shit. I don't know what it's called, but I mean, that's just what it's been explained to me as why I get so like nauseous a lot quicker than what I'm doing on Quest 2. Well, now the Quest 3, but at the time it was Quest 2. I guess the reprojection, that's what's causing it. So I could sit on Quest 2 or 3 now all day sitting down playing VR and I'll be fine, but the PSVR 2 I could sit down, and when I first got it, it was probably about 10-ish minutes I started getting hot. And then, you know, from there it just started getting worse and worse. Then it started getting a little bit better. Then there's a big, you know, every time there's a big break in between games, and I have to readjust to it, I guess, every time. Graphic fidelity on the PSVR 2 is pretty good. So is Quest 3 so far, for the native stuff at least. Like I said, I only played one game, and I actually ended up refunding it because I just didn't want to go back to it. I didn't really care for it. Some of the controls was kind of clunky to me. Like aiming down the sights, I had to aim down, you know, like the gun down further to get to, you know, the iron sights to line up, and then I upgraded a gun with a red dot sight. I still had to aim down pretty far, it seemed like. But it has potential. There's some other stuff I didn't like about it. Like there's some bugs in it, and one thing I didn't like about it is like when you hold a knife, it's only you hold it by the handle and the blade is up. You can't hold it so the blade is down. I kind of didn't care for that because I like to run in a room, stab a dude in his head, and shoot him a couple times, and swing around and shoot a guy behind me, and yeah, I could still do that, but it's just a little bit weird. You know, the angle of the blade. That, and I think it was still in a tutorial spot on that game. Oh, you go, I think, jump from one roof to the next roof, and you gotta kill all these guys. Well, I kill all these guys, and I'm looking around, and there's like no one around. I could hear some talking here and there, and it's not getting me my next objective. Just running around. Finally, there's like these two bodies laying on the ground, and I noticed all the other bodies disappeared. So these guys didn't, I guess, totally die. So I had to shoot them again, and they finally died, and their bodies disappeared. But it could be a fun game. Some of like the stealth aspects of the game were kind of a little off too. There's a lot of I didn't get into the game too far, but I got out of the tutorial for this one. But it could use some work. I know there's one cool part about it though. You open up a door. I peeked out, and like you move a door. Usually, well, I guess 1 out of 2 times I open a door and the enemy would come walk in to investigate. Open the door and just stab him in his head. That was pretty cool. The other time, when I just mentioned running in a room, I opened the door, the guy just sat there, so I had to run in kick the door open and run in at him, and there's a guy behind me, and then I think another guy came out of the hallway somewhere, and so that aspect was pretty cool. But anyway, enough about them games, I guess. This is a Starfield video. How many of you guys actually still playing this game? I mean, I haven't really touched it in a while. Got to the key, I did some of the missions. I think I haven't touched it sometime since before the Paradiso video came out. Obviously, I opened it up to record this video. Mess with some of the settings because the update came out. Seems like their update helped a little bit. I'm able to get some better frame rates. It still seems like the cities though. are still horrible. Like Stroud-Eklund Staryard, this is where you buy all these ships. I go there and it's just like any other city, the frame rate tanks. You wouldn't think they would tank in a star yard because there's not a lot going on there. It's just a little star yard with I think there's like, oh shoot, maybe 5-6 NPCs in there. Not much. But I had to turn some settings down, and as soon as I left to go like in my ship or something, I could boost settings back up to higher resolution and all that. So they still got some work to do. I am interested in seeing what this DLC is going to bring. With a shattered space next year, and I probably will play it since I am getting it. Since I bought this, the copy I bought, gets that DLC for free. So I'm definitely going to check it out. I just hope it's their DLC isn't going to be stuff that adds to the game, which adds stuff that should have been there to begin with. Because I won't buy that. I don't do that anymore. I don't want to buy a game with it being half finished, like this game, and then just have them bring out DLCs that we gotta pay for to add to the game, that stuff, that they should have put in the game as it is. But I don't know if there's even been any announcements about more DLC. All I know is a shattered space, and they're talking about more patches and stuff like that, and I don't know, they need to get off their asses or something and fix this game. They just came out with this latest patch just before Thanksgiving, a couple days before, right? So, and the last one was what, like 2 months before? With a big team as they are, they should be able to get a lot of stuff fixed quicker. Shit, that game RoboCop that came out, and in like first few weeks, I think it was, they had a patch already, and then like within a couple weeks they had another patch fixing some issues, and that's only like a AA studio or whatever, smaller team. All these indie devs and smaller companies are putting these AAA title devs to shame, if you'd ask me. But yeah, I've been wanting, kind of having some what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. To pick up this game again, but I've had some other games been trying to play, and I just dropped the a full playthrough of RoboCop Rogue City, if you're interested in that. But just played through that game twice. It's not too long of a game. It's a pretty good game. Just pick it up and play. Mindless fun. Definitely recommend picking it up. Graphics are good on it. Gameplay's fun. I could have everything on epic settings, and if I don't limit it to 60 frames, I think it was getting, depending on like what was going on, about 70 plus frames a second. Unless I got into a fight, it dipped down in the high 60s, I think, but that was after their last update that they had before, I think it was after Thanksgiving or just before, I can't remember. Before my frame rate was a little lower, so they did something to better optimize it. Yeah, so I was just horsing around. I think after I went to the Stroud-Eklund Staryard, I loaded up my other save, my main save, and was just messing around with that. I forgot that I had the, oh, what's it called? It's the, like the minigun, but it's the type of brand like this gun that you see I have equipped, but it's like the minigun. I don't know what brand gun this is, but it's got the little square laser pointers, you know, the laser pointers in like a square form or whatever. But I picked that up on I think went to the lock. I think I picked it up there. But I forgot that it has like a chance to have exploding bullets instead of normal ones. So I was like killing myself pretty much using it, just horsing around. It's a pretty good weapon. This is the end of the video right here, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I do have 2 more of these coming out. The next one will be the Elos Retreat on Exil 2. Not sure if I just slaughtered the name of that planet, but there it is. If you want to see what ships can be bought from that planet, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so it notifies you when it's out. It's the next one I'm going to be working on, and hopefully it won't take me too long depending on how many ships there are. And then the final one will be the key. And then I think that's it for all the locations. And have a nice week and all that, and we'll see you later.